The year of 2024 marks the 60th anniversary of diplomatic relations between France and China. And today we turn our focus to a small plant that bridges the two countries, the grape. As the world's leading grape producers, both countries faced a common adversary, global climate change. In the face of this universal challenge, international collaboration becomes pivotal in seeking solutions to our agricultural production. And today we'll be talking with Dr. Nathalie Ollat from French National Research Institute of Agriculture, Food and Environment, and she's also co-director of LIA Intergrape, an esteemed international associated laboratory jointly established by France and China, to explore how such partnership can pave the way for innovative solutions in agriculture. Okay, Dr. Ollat, thank you so much for being with us today. First, just to tell us what bring the scientists, two teams of scientists together and to jointly establish this lab, and why was there a convergence of the mutual interest in this project?
First of all, there is a fairly long history of working together. Even before we think about doing this joint laboratory, it appears that in China, they had common interests regarding grapevine and the development of viticulture. So it appears that they were common economic interest, and then there were common scientific interest in terms of understanding how we can grow grapes and to reach high quality grapes in very different environments.
I've told that this laboratory was jointly established. The big reason behind that it was for to deal with the climate change. What exactly is the impact of the climate change on grapes and other crops or agriculture productions? Is it entirely negative?
The climate change will affect the yield. It can decrease it. For example, when there is a lot of drought, it will affect the yield of any crop, but also because the amount of CO2 will increase in the air, it can increase the yield. So it will be a balance. This is the same for the composition of the fruit and the quality. And we don't have a clear idea about what are the expectation in terms of climate. So working with colleagues in other countries, and especially in China, where grapes are grown in very different environment, where the climatic conditions are very different, can also be very interesting to understand how the grapevine and the grapes will react in the frame of the climate change.
How do you carry out the international cooperation in the projects?
We are working in different directions, and we start also to have some scientific exchanges just to learn from each other, and what can be done in each country. We have also some common project, and for example, China provide us, in particular, the sequence of more than 4,000 grape varieties. And so it's very important to have such kind of collaboration around project. Or we built also a trilateral collaboration with colleagues in Armenia to study genetic resources. So there are mainly scientific exchanges, which can be for scientists, but also for students. I would like also to cite what we are doing together in terms of modeling, which is very important as well.
So far, any interesting outcomes that you can share with us from the joint researches?
A lot of work has been done jointly about the effect of high temperature on fruit composition and fruit physiology, how the berry, the grape, the fruit will react to high temperature. And so there has been several outcomes from this research. And this project is still going on. The release of the genome sequence of more than 4,000 varieties by our Chinese colleague is a very important collaborative project, because now we can also do some other studies to identify some specific genes and to see in which varieties they are.
Each country has a different agricultural foundation, and why is this international collaboration so important and necessary in agricultural research?
I think there are two aspects. The environmental conditions are very different in China and in France. Both countries have a long tradition in terms of agriculture. So we can learn from each other about environmental conditions, as I said, but also practices. And the second aspect is how science can be complementary with practical facilities, but also science theoretical aspect of science. And working together is always much better than working alone.
I was told that you have been involved in many international cooperation projects in Europe. So how does your experience with the projects in China differ from those?
I think to have the duty to have a joint laboratory, this is not the same as only a collaborative project. We have the duty to work together and to try to understand each other as much as possible to make this project work. I came to China, I was impressed. It seems that for science, there are a lot of possibilities, a lot of opportunities, and it's going quite quickly. And for us, it's also very important to have such partners, because it can also lift us to a more dynamic collaboration and more dynamic research activities.